What made you want to become a welder?
Well, maybe want to become a welder. It's always been in my family generations. My grandpa was a welder on each side. My dad was a boilermaker. So I figured I'd follow in their footsteps. My name's Morgan Bray. I'm from little town Kearney, Arizona. I graduated in May of 2021.
What specifically made you choose Western Welding Academy?
I seen it a lot on social media. It was up and coming, a lot of good reviews about it. And it really, for the price at the time, it wasn't too terribly bad, and they offered a lot. I figured I'd go that route.
What are some of the highlights of your time here at Western Welding Academy?
Number one, probably all the boot time I got. That was something I had never experienced before, being able to go in, work 8 hours in a booth. And if they wanted to, you can go in 10, 12 hours too. I did that. Making good friends, meeting all the good instructors. I mean, here we are 2 years later, we're still in contact. So,
Right. Yeah, and
you
we
know,
stay in
that's
contact pretty regularly, honestly.
That's one of the big things I came away from is the camaraderie that I experienced, the people I met, and the experience that I got to go in there and, learn all these new things that I never knew before. I mean, it sounds bad, but the best moments are when your buddies graduate for sure and they get ready to head out. It's more of a dang, they're leaving, but good for them. They get to go out and, go make some money now.
What was the hardest part and how did you overcome it?
Definitely stainless, toughest one for sure. I remember getting on stainless and, that first week was grueling. Trying to figure out how to get your purge right, how to, figuring out, because you can't just lay wire stainless and have it come out tips first time. But I got on stainless. I worked that first full week I'd stay at least 2 or 3 hours extra every day.
So one of the huge benefits of coming to Western is, or just going to a trade school in general, I feel like, is that you could come to me and I could show you something, or you could go to Austin and he could show you something, and like you have all these different brains to pick just because they're there. It's not just one guy showing you.
You can't be a one trick pony.
Right.
Everybody does. You could have someone come in and lay a route one way and some guy come in and do it a different way and it come out the same way every time.
Right.
So it's all about finding your niche and whatever you prefer.
Right. Yeah. The end product's all the same, but a lot of people take different routes to get there for sure.
Yeah. I would say, get a couple of buddies, that you can rely on. Find someone that's basically at the same level as you. Stick with them. Piggyback off each other, teach each other tricks. I know you remember I finished the course all 2 months early.
Right.
That was mainly because I would just, keep my head down. And you remember Jordan, he was in the booth next to me. We were just always going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then all of a sudden I don't know, something clicked in my mind and everything just started to go good.
Kind of leading off on that, how important is networking with the classmates and the instructors? Has it gotten you any jobs, or have you gotten any other students jobs?
Networking is extremely important because the welding industry is such a small, network. Everybody knows everybody. Your name is number one.
That's right.
So I've thrown a couple jobs out there for a few people. I don't know if they pursued them or not, but like Sammy J,
Yep.
I let him know about a couple jobs here in Arizona, but I don't know if he ever pursued them or not. But
So that network and he could go if you wanted to.
I try to stay in touch with a lot of them. I may not talk to him daily. I might not even talk to him every month, but every now and then I try to touch base with them, see how they're doing.
It's max 6 months, and you guys make
Yeah.
some bonds because everybody's got the same end goal. Everybody's trying to chase the same dream. And it's definitely different than high school, I would have to say, just for the simple fact
Oh
that,
yeah.
everybody's invested some time and some money and they're a long way away from home. And, you guys all are having the same struggles and some of you guys might figure it out before the rest, but the friendships are totally different. The best man at my wedding, he was my best friend in high school. But then after that, it was all my welding buddies. We've all been through the struggle together. We all crawled in the mud together. We all worked out in the wind together.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that, I might have only known them for 6 months, but those bonds are just crazy like that.
Oh yeah. And down here working in the copper mines, you don't. I work with a bunch of old people.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest welder in this entire mine. That's something that I've gone into learning. That just because you're going to a place, you're working with a bunch of older guys. Some of those guys are the best ones to learn from. I'll take the learning over some of the friendships any day of the week.
Yeah, those old guys are pretty nice to have around because they've probably experienced it once in their life.
It's not even just the welding experience that they got; it's the life experience. So these guys have gone through so many different life lessons and learned the hard way, and that's something I enjoy a lot.
We preach worth ethic, accountability, integrity here at Western Welding Academy. How important is that out in the field?
And same, it's extremely important. One thing that I took from, working on the job, the number one thing is every weld, you're writing your signature on that piece of equipment
That's right.
every single time. And like on the pipelines and everything else, you stencil your weld. That goes into integrity for sure. You got to keep in your mind that, hey, this isn't just some, throw it on there and we'll get going. No, every weld counts every single time, whether it's practice, whether it's on the job, whether it's at home, welding on a horse trailer or something. The mom and pop shops, they're not going to sit there and expect 6 to 8 years of experience. They're willing to bring on the new guys and teach them. That was one of my big struggles as soon as I graduated. It was tough for me to find a job somewhere that didn't require 10+ years of experience.
Right. And if you don't have,
You
if nobody will give you a job, it's hard to get the experience. I remember when I first got out of school, I called Zachary, which is they're a huge company that facilitates welders for like nuclear power plants and shutdowns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, how much experience you got? Like, well, I don't have any. Like, oh, we're looking for somebody with experience. I'm like, well, if you give me a job, then I'll have experience. We're both great examples of this. There's definitely a lot more to it than that. They say that the blue collar workers actually do more math than white collar workers in an average day.
And you don't got to be the smartest person to make money
No, you
at
definitely
all.
don't. And as long as you're teachable, people will keep putting opportunities in front of you. What's the best advice you would give to a new student just starting out?
Get your goals, stick to them, stay dedicated. Don't make stupid decisions. Chase whatever else you see. Make good friends and keep in touch with them friends too. And then other than that, just keep your head down and work as much as you can.
I know the younger generation especially gets a bad rap for being soft or not wanting to do things that are hard. It was the same for my generation. Oh, millennials don't want to work. Oh, the Gen Zs don't want to
Yeah.
work. It's like, no, we do. We just need somebody to give us the opportunity to do it.